What's on there, YouTube, and welcome back to another comic book video. Okay, guys, so we are actually going to continue our coverage over Batman Streets of Gotham. Now, remember, when it comes to Streets of Gotham, it was one of those series that came out right after Final Crisis, and of course, right after Dick Grayson had became Batman, because it was another way to explore Dick Grayson being Batman, but also having Damian Wayne as Robin, but also a series that really focuses more on the villains of Gotham rather than the hero of Gotham. Yes, they're still stopped by Dick Grayson Batman, but at the same time, it kind of gives the bad guys more time to shine, to show them off a little bit more. In the last story, you saw that with Firefly. It gave Firefly the ability to show off who he is to new fans of DC Comics or old fans who have may not seen Firefly in a very long time. Now, when it comes to this storyline right here, it really focuses on the Penguin, also Victor Zsasz, and the new Black Mask. Now, remember, we have a new Black Mask that we saw in Battle for the Cowl storyline, and we still have no idea who this new Black Mask is. But right now, he's trying to run the underworld of Gotham City. Of course, all crime in Gotham City, become the new kingpin of Gotham City. But this storyline right here is really setting up Victor Zsasz to do something bigger down the road in later books we're going to cover for Streets of Gotham. Either way, I do hope you enjoy today's comic book video. Something else to mention as we dive into today's storyline, we have to remember that even though Bruce Wayne is dead, we still have a Bruce Wayne in Gotham City. It's just not Bruce Wayne. It's actually Thomas Elliot, better known as Hush. Because let's not forget, by this point in DC Comics, Hush had changed his face so much to look like Bruce Wayne that right now, the city of Gotham actually believes that he is Bruce Wayne. Now, matter of fact, after Heart of Hush, he was actually stopped by Batman and Selina Kyle. But because Bruce Wayne was quote-unquote missing, because we all know Batman died in Final Crisis, it gave Thomas Elliot the chance to actually trick the public into believing that he is Bruce Wayne. And matter of fact, he's now technically running the company of Wayne Enterprises. Now, when it comes to Thomas Elliot, you have to remember that he hates Bruce Wayne with a passion because he blames Bruce Wayne's father, Thomas Wayne, for saving his mom all those years ago, because Thomas wanted to kill off his parents so that he'll be able to get his money. But unfortunately, his parents survived, or his mom did, thanks to Bruce Wayne's father. And so because of that hatred, he always wanted to get rid of Bruce Wayne, or hurt Bruce Wayne in some kind of way. Now, with Bruce Wayne being dead, he still wants to hurt Bruce Wayne in a different kind of way, which is right now spending his money. And so at this point in DC Comics, you have Thomas Elliot pretending to be Bruce Wayne in front of the public and also the company, but he's also spending money left and right. Now, when it comes to the money, he's actually donating the money to different things around Gotham City. And so he's saying that I'm here to actually help Gotham get better, but at the same time, I'm going to hurt Bruce Wayne's wallet. Just in case he does come back, I want to make sure Homeboy is a tad bit broker than he was before he had disappeared. And so we have him right now just spending money left and right to different fundraisers across Gotham City. Now, after he does a little bit more of spending, you do actually have Thomas Elliot once again pretending to be Bruce Wayne and right now going back inside Wayne Enterprises building. But while he's doing that right there, that is the moment he is confronted by Dick Grayson Batman and Damian Wayne Robin. Now, this is Batman and Robin coming to him saying, "You're doing too much." Because right now they know they really can't do anything to him. Because right now, if they attack him, it looks bad on them right there. Because again, it does look like Batman and Robin just attacked Bruce Wayne. And it's well known at this point that Bruce Wayne does help out Batman a lot. But on top of that, they can't take him in because if they do, Thomas Elliot knows everything about Bruce Wayne. Knows that he's Batman. He knows that Dick Grayson is Batman right now. He knows about Damian Wayne, Tim Drake, Alfred. He knows everything about the Batman family. And so unfortunately, they can't just take him away and put him in jail. Because if he does, he will expose everything about the Bat family. And so they're saying right now, we're going to let the world believe that you're Bruce Wayne. I'm telling you right now, the money you're spending is not going to be that easy anymore, because now every single time you want to spend a huge amount for some kind of fundraiser, it has to go through the boards. And of course, if the boards say no, then of course that means you cannot spend that money. Now for Thomas Elliot, he's kind of overconfident. He believes that he's able to actually charm the board into enough to say, yeah, go ahead and spend the money. You're doing great things for Gotham. But at the same time, it's Dick saying, no, I'm telling you, it's not going to be that easy when it comes to the board. Then we jump over to the Penguin. Now, this is where we actually do get an update what's going on with the Penguin. And what I mean by that is, remember, back in the Battle for the Cowl storyline, the Penguin was actually trying to take over the underworld, become the new master of crime, the kingpin of crime for Gotham City. And he was facing off against Two-Face. But because the two characters were not actually paying attention, Black Mask snuck in and took over everything underneath them. And so Black Mask is the one in charge right now. Now, with that being said, though, Penguin now works for Black Mask. And so Penguin is able to keep the Iceberg Lounge his little clubhouse, but unfortunately he has to serve Black Mask anytime Black Mask wants to be served. Now, of course, that is the moment you do have one of the assistants of the Penguin come over to him and say, hey, Victor Zsasz is here. Now remember, Victor Zsasz is going to be very important for this storyline. And the reason why, because in the last storyline, Victor Zsasz actually saved the new Black Mask from being burned alive by Firefly. And now this is Black Mask saying, I owe Victor Zsasz something back as repayment for saving my life. Now, when it comes to the Penguin, though, we also have to remember that he's the reason why Victor Zsasz is Victor Zsasz. Because when it came to the Penguin, he technically tricked Victor to spend all his money at his casino and, of course, left Victor broke. And so ever since that day, Victor wants to kill off the Penguin. And so when he looks at the Penguin, all he sees is him killing the Penguin in some kind of different way. But unfortunately for Victor, he can't do that because right now he has a meeting with Black Mask. So getting into this meeting between Black Mask and Victor Zsasz, we also have to remember that Victor Zsasz is one heck of a serial killer in Gotham City. But on top of that, every single time he does kill someone, he marks his skin somewhere, a tally mark, to remind him of the person he had killed. Now this is Victor Zsasz right now about to get his repayment from Black Mask. Because again, Black Mask was saved by Victor Zsasz back in the last storyline because Firefly almost burned Black Mask's butt. Either way, though, it's Black Mask saying, I have an idea. You have this idea of going around killing people and marking yourself. But how about the idea of becoming more creative with your killings? Yes, you may still cut yourself after you kill someone, but why try be more creative with your killings? Now for Victor, he realized, okay, well, I'm going to need some money to kind of accomplish all my dark fantasies when it comes to my idea of killing people. And of course, for Black Mask, he's down about that. He says, here's all this money right here. With this money right here, you are able to do all kinds of dark fantasies that you want to do. And matter of fact, I'm not going to stop you because this is me right now paying you back for everything you did for me when it came to Firefly. And for Victor Zsasz, he's amazed about how much money this man just got from Black Mask because it is a lot of money. Either way right now, Victor just got paid. And that means his dark fantasies are about to come true. Then we jump over to Thomas Elliot going back to Wayne Manor. Because right now with him pretending to be Bruce Wayne, he wants to stay in Wayne Manor. Except when he does walk inside Wayne Manor, that is the moment he's greeted by Dick and Damian once again. Now this is Dick and Damian telling him, hey, I want you to meet the boards, the one who have to actually confirm all the different things you want to do in Gotham City. So anytime you want to spend some money for a fundraiser, fundraiser on yourself, it has to go through one of these people. Now, again, earlier we saw Thomas Elliot. He really thought because he's so charmful that he'll be able to actually charm the butts off this board people and be able to spend the money he wants to spend. But that is the moment we come to find out the board for Wayne Enterprises is actually different members of people Batman helped over the years. I want to say the Justice League, but in reality, it's not the Justice League. It's just different characters that Batman has helped over the years. For example, the Outsiders are one of them, and other people in the Bat family. Either way, right now, when it comes to Thomas Elliot, who's right now pretending to be Bruce Wayne, if he wants to get any kind of confirmation that he can use any money for a fundraiser on himself, possibly, it now has to be confirmed by one of these guys right here. But on top of that, anywhere he goes, one of them will be next to him, watching him very carefully to make sure that he does not mess up, to make sure that he does not get carried away when it comes to him spending money left and right. And so this is a way to put Thomas Elliot in his place. And of course, for Thomas Elliot, he hates the idea so much, but unfortunately, Homeboy has no choice but to go with it. So to close on the first chapter, we actually do pick up with Victor Zsasz. And right now, you have Victor Zsasz spending that money. Now, of course, he's not really spending that money on his dark fantasies. At first, he's trying to change his attire to make sure he looks the part when he's out there killing people in Gotham City. And so to close off the first chapter, we actually do see Victor Zsasz right now in a very new, nice outfit and getting ready to go out there to kill more people, but of course with new money, so that he'll be able to complete his dark fantasies. And so getting into Batman Streets of Gotham number 4, we actually do pick up with Thomas Elliot right now struggling with the idea that he no longer has the right to spend the money like he wants to. And what I mean by that is he no longer has the right to spend billions of dollars left and right as a way to help out Gotham City. That every single transaction now has to be approved by a member of the board. And each member is just someone who used to work alongside with Batman. And so right now, he's having a hard time adjusting to that because now he can only spend about, let's say, $100,000. That's really it. And on top of that, it still has to be approved by a member of the board. And so this is Thomas Elliot right now being put in his place by Dick Grayson and Damian Wayne. Now that is the moment where you do have the book actually give us another angle of how bad Gotham is right now. And what I mean by that is we do pick up with this random runaway. Now, of course, this runaway is trying to go to a nearby shelter that usually take care of the boys and girls who are runaways from their parents. The problem is the shelter he tries to go to is actually closed. Now, that is the moment it does seem like he does meet another young boy. Of course, this young boy is not actually young. And of course, this young boy, this young man actually, does trick the kid into believing that he's someone who actually could help him out, who could possibly care for him. But in reality, it's just a way for this young child to be kidnapped and be put on the market for some unknown reasons. It has showed that right now, Gotham got so bad that now you have kids being kidnapped and of course being part of trafficking. It's horrible to say, but honestly, is happening right now in this book. And so that is the moment where we actually do pick up with the Broker. Now, the Broker is going to be a new bad guy being introduced to us in this storyline right here. This is actually his first appearance. Now, with that being said, though, when it comes to the Broker is someone who goes around selling different properties to different bad guys so that they could use those places as a way to be their secret bases. And so right now in this section at first, you do see a bad guy known as Great White Shark. And honestly, he's not even that important. And matter of fact, he is a low-level bad guy. Either way, when it comes to Great White Shark, he just bought some property from the Broker. Unfortunately, you have Great White Shark believe that he has the right to not pay the Broker. Matter of fact, double cross the Broker. And that right there is a very huge mistake. And matter of fact, you have the Broker tell him, you're going to pay me or you're going to die. because then you have a sniper take out a bunch of henchmen that belong to the Great White Shark to say, you better pay me or the next shot is for you. And of course, you have the Great White Shark say, you know what? I'll pay you. My mistake. Now, that is the moment where you do have the broker begin to explain the origin of Gotham City in some kind of way. Not some kind of way, but he does explain the origin of Gotham, because what he's saying is that there was a time where Gotham was a city, better than Vegas, better than New York, better than a lot of cities across America. And so when it came to Gotham, even though it was so great, you only had two things you could do in America, which was work in the factories or, of course, do crime. Now, of course, the factories did take most of the people up. You have more folks want to do honest work than bad work. And so they worked in the factories. The problem was, over time in Gotham City, the factories began to close. Now, with these factories beginning to close down and everything, of course, that means that people were out of jobs, which also means that people began to do more crimes. Now, because these factories closed down and they never got reused for anything else, it worked great for someone like the broker, because now these properties can be sold to different bad guys across Gotham City by a guy known as the broker. And so this is where you have the bases come in for different bad guys like the Joker or the Riddler or Scarecrow. This is where they get their bases. Old factories that used to be run to give folks jobs, but of course they closed down over time and now they're being used for nothing. The perfect place for bad guys to take up place in. And of course, that means that he has to do work with Victor Zsasz, because Victor Zsasz is also looking for a new place to stay in. Because remember, Black Mask did give him a bunch of money, and with that money, that means Victor Zsasz now has the ability to actually stay somewhere and to do all his dark fantasies to different victims that he captures across Gotham. This factory that he just bought from the broker is going to give him the ability to actually accomplish all those different kinds of dark fantasies. And so this begins the whole Victor Zsasz doing horrible things in Gotham City, but a whole new level. But this is what the broker does, though. He makes money out of it. And matter of fact, he says to himself, I have to make sure that I don't connect myself with these guys, meaning that it's just business and that is it. He's not trying to be their friends or their best pals or anything at all. He's here for business and that is it. Because even though he does sell places to bad guys and he does make great money from these bad guys, at the same time, he hates the idea of what they do. But unfortunately for him, he has no choice. He has to make money in some kind of way. And so that is the moment where we actually jump over to Batman and Robin paying a visit to the broker. Now, this makes sense. And the reason why I'm saying that, because it's Batman and Robin realizing that if you're trying to find different bad guys in Gotham City who are still at large, like Killer Croc, Black Mask, or even Victor Zsasz, then the best option is to go to the broker, because the broker is the guy who usually has information on different people he sold places to. But unfortunately, you have the broker say, listen, Batman, I'm not going to give that information up to you, because again, they're clientels. They're his clients. He has the right to actually protect them. Now, you do have Batman and Robin beat him down a little bit. Be like, hey, man, listen, if you don't tell me, I'm going to keep beating you down. But again, to the broker, they're still his clients. Even though they're bad guys, they're still his clients. And he has the right to actually protect them. And so right now, you have the broker say, sorry, Batman, I am not going to give you information on what places they bought from me so that you can find them and then take them down. No. They're my clients. And so the story ends on that note right there, but with the idea that Victor Zsasz could possibly be the next big bad guy. Had a hard time saying that, sorry. In our next video and future videos, actually, when it comes to Batman Streets of Gotham. Either way, this is where we are going to end today's comic book video. So please leave me a like down below and subscribe. But guys, I'll see y'all next time. Later.